Rolling.
Are we rolling? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Brooklyn Live here from Williamsburg. My name's Nick Arrojo, and behind the camera, what color would you call that, Tiffany?
It's like a rose.
In the rose and the roses with the rose. That's like the Queen Mother's wave. Hello, Cindy. It's the Queen Mother's wave. That's Corinne. I'm Nick. And this is our Tiff. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to look for here, we shampooed the hair using a gentle shampoo. She had it cut 6 weeks ago. It's pretty long. It's the kind of hair that kind of takes over. I was watching the hair, looking at it. I picked up the razor to begin. I may scissor as well because it may need it. It's the kind of hair that you get one shot to do it. Be brave, be bold, and go for it. I want to keep it soft, but if it's too soft, it's going to look what I would like to say is a little woolly. Woolly means that it's going to look a little not tight enough around the edges. But I don't want to cut it super short because the kind of hair, it's strong hair, I can tell. And when it being double processed, you know, that expands the hair too. So let's start this cut. Let's start through this area right here. Right, let's start right in here. And you'll notice I've sectioned that out. And I'm looking to see what's happening with the hair. Because while I want to keep some of this softness, I've got to make sure that I take the hair in nice and tight. Let's go through this area right in here. This, I like to call this the widest part of the head, because this is as far wide as the head gets, is right here. It's skinnier here, but this is the width. That's what I want to focus on. I've damped the hair down with our Hydro Mist, which is our cutting lotion. Yeah, so we like this, it's our spray conditioner. It's going to give the hair a little slip, which is nice, so Hydro Mist will keep it handy. I'll put it right there. With the hair damp, I've not put the razor in the hair yet, so take a skinny section, about a quarter of an inch, half a centimeter. You can see what was cut before. Pull the hair out so you can see the hair's just lifting lightly away from the head. Get the razor moving. As I put in that connection, it's the first time I'll feel the hair melt away with the razor. And the connectivity of the blade is really good. So I feel what I like to refer to as the bite of the blade as I come in. And the bite of the blade in the hair is where I feel the kind of the connector, the connection. So now I'm going to rotate this section as well. So my sections are slightly pivoting. Working pretty short. When you're working on short hair like this, it's meticulous. You don't need clips. The hair's not long enough to need a warrant using a clip. We're using the fine teeth of the comb to create that soft texture. It's keeping a little bit of looseness around the edges. Right now when I look in the mirror, you can see quite closely. Don't look in the mirror because it's going to be too far. You can see the shape, so you can see the expansion of the shape. You'll notice the rotation of the section here. As I rotate the section and elevate the hair back into the previously cut section, fine teeth of the comb is going to melt that hair away and leaving some of this length on the exterior. And not working with the color, but you know, the color will tell you if you're cutting it well, because when the hair was colored, it was all over. So you should get consistency in your razor cutting. And we want it to look good, even though she's going to be getting it colored again this week because she wants to stay in the light family. You can see right here, little pieces, if they fall away, take them out too. But you can see right here that we're keeping a little bit of length around the face. Feel free, if you're waking up, wherever you may be, stay connected, ask questions. I have Corinne behind us, and you can say hi to me, hi to Corinne. You can certainly ask us questions. We've got a lot of things going on here as we hit the halfway mark in the year. If you follow me in my business and my ideas, you know, I like to think of the year as a mountain, with June the 30th being the top of the mountain. So everything that we've achieved so far this year is setting us up for the end of the second phase of the year, for the second part.
Nick, Ian has a question for you. He said, are you working square on the sides?
I am working relatively square on the sides, and I'm rotating. So as I come through here, what I'm actually doing is I'm actually pulling it back just a little further to keep a little bit of length around the face, and we'll address that area later. Now I'm actually going to start to pull the hair over, start to build that shape up. I don't want it to be too square, but she does have a lot of hair, and I really want to take a lot of it away. And I want to shorten the bangs. I want to change the way her hair is. Now the problem is if you cut the hair too short all over, so I'm using what I call the full plane of the blade right now. If you cut the hair too short, there's not going to be no movement. It's not going to look cute. So you want to kind of gauge it as best as possible. You can see how easy it is to work cleanly with the razor. I'm working, as I said earlier, inside out. So I'm working from the inside of the shape to the exterior, using the plane of the blade. And I'm going to just pull back a little around the front, because I'll address the front properly from the front. So really just looking at your shape now. I'm trying to just look at this shape in here, the kind of outline of the shape. And the edges of the shape we'll do later.
Nick, Anthony Perez says hi.
Hey, Anthony.
Todd Allen said thank you for this and all that you do.
Thanks, Todd.
And we've got Heidi and quite a few other viewers that are saying good morning to you.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks
Alexis
for checking
Hoban.
in. Hey, Alexis, how are you?
Jeremy Hickson. Brian Waldron.
Hey, Brian. I hope to get to see all of you guys soon.
Cindy Booth. Krista Clark.
We got a lot of stuff going on. It's been a very busy, 6 months, but certainly the last couple of weeks. We did the Orlando premiere show, which was a lot of fun. And then we did main stage, classrooms. And then last weekend I went back to Florida, to Fort Lauderdale, where we were guesting and headlining the Millennium Show. The Millennium Show was a lot of fun. We got to meet some fantastic business owners. We got to share our culture. We got to do a little bit of a business Q&A, which was a lot of fun too. Obviously it was nice to meet old friends and obviously meet some new friends. Made some new ideas for our future. And then I went up to a great salon up in Buffalo. The salon's called Phoenix Salon. It was a lot of fun. I went in to meet the staff and hang out with Jim. And we have a code today. And in celebration of me visiting our ambassador salon Phoenix, which is just in the middle of going through a really nice restaging, as they're refitting their location and improving it. We have a discount code on Arrojo Pro. Arrojo Pro is our professional tool site, and the discount code for Arrojo Pro is Phoenix, in celebration of going up to Buffalo. So that's Phoenix. Phoenix is the code, and I'll get a 15% discount in the next 48 hours on Arrojo Pro. You want to try a razor, scissor, combs, brushes, blades, check out our Arrojo Pro site. Something that we've been building, curated tools for the professional stylist. And then we recently just relaunched American Wave NYC. So you can check out our American Wave service. You can check out our American Wave product on American Wave NYC. It's a mobile-friendly platform. And talking of American Wave, I think we're going to have a Wave weekend, are we, Corinne? What do we have this weekend?
Yeah.
Do we have a certification?
We do. We have a certification happening this Sunday, the 18th, in New York City.
Great. So if you're interested in getting American Wave certified, which is our texture service, they used to call it a perm. Before I had grey hair, but now I've got grey hair. We don't even call it a perm. Because we changed the brand, we changed the name, we changed the product, and we call it American Wave.
Nick, do you want to repeat the promo code again?
The promo code is Phoenix. Phoenix. Phoenix is our promo code. 15% off. It's only valid for 48 hours, expiring tomorrow night.
Pam Brantley says, Inspirational Thursday with the Master. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Pam.
Carly Lynn Italiano says hi.
Nice.
Ian is sending you a lot of love.
Ooh, I
emojis.
love.
And Anthony Perez says it was amazing learning from Carmel, Lena, and Alex.
Oh, yeah, with the scissor and razor class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, scissor and razor. I had my friends from South Korea on the class too.
Mm-hmm.
They're excited to bring Arrojo education and inspiration to Korea. So, and I miss my good friend from Elegancia Salon. So they were in town all the way from Texas.
Nice.
But I hope you had a good time. This will be my final section as the head rounds away from me. This will be my final section. So again, with the razor working from the inside out. Yep, you can just see we're creating a lot of movement, a lot of texture in the hair. She has very strong straight hair. So by using the razor, it's going to create some space, and it's going to create this amazing texture that we can see evolving right now. When I say the hair's pokey, what I mean by that is it's Pokemon. It's Pokemon. It's pokey, so it means it's like very straight. Now it's time for me to come to the opposite side. We're working only on the front and the top. We'll leave the back to last. I like to get straight in.
Nick, Karen Gordon says good morning and
Morning,
cool
Karen.
cut.
Nice talking to you this morning.
Kevin Baker says Arrojo is on fire.
Arrojo? I hope not, Kevin. I can't afford it. Yeah, thank you, Kev.
And Heidi Seats is asking, are you taking off length or just texturizing?
I'm taking off both. I'm taking off length and I'm texturizing all at the same time. Let's come down the same plane as we did on the opposite side. Section this out. Nice and clean. Push this away. Remember, we're going to work on the widest part of the head. So keeping that nice and tight like a tiger. Drop her down to the perfect length. Lock her in with the crooked ankles.
Kinkles?
Yeah, ankles. And first section is right here. At the widest part of the head, slightly angled forward. I'm going to comb this hair out. So you can see, we're going to cut the hair so it's still slightly longer. You can see the length just in here, slightly longer towards the top. So that'll create more of a square, flatter shape through the sides. I'm not building up weight. When you start inside, you collapse weight. Golden rule, you just collapse in weight. When you start from the outside and work up, you're building up weight. Second section, it's a slight rotation of the section using a flat panel of the blade as we come through the hair. Working with the Arrojo Feather Plie Razor. This is a one-off, the white one. It's 2 sections means it's what I like to call touch point time. So you come, you have a look in the mirror, you zone in, you're looking for the lens, see what you got. The razor is more forgiving than a scissor because it can create a lot of texture. We want to try and create as much softness. So even though we're cropping the hair, we want it to have movement, and that's where the razor really is gonna shine. And you'll see as we've rotated these sections all the way around. So coming through, soft, soft, soft. Look at what you've got in your fingertips. A little bit more length around the front. We can always cut that out later. Now we're going to start to work up and over the head like we did in exactly the same fashion. Emphasis on the word fashion. Get your fash on.
Nick, we have some questions.
Good.
Kevin Swain's asking, is there a guard and what razor?
There is no guard on this razor. This is a feather plie razor. You can buy it at arrojopro.com. Comes in red, and we have 6 different wooden styles. It comes with a guard, but I like to cut without a guard. If you want to learn how to razor cut, the best thing we can suggest is get this tool. It's the best razor in the business. It's the sharpest disposable blades made by Feather from Japan. And maybe get a subscription on Arrojo NYC so you can study with me, and then definitely recommend you come to our razor fundamentals class where we will teach you the art of razor cutting.
Nice. And Ian is asking, can we please have a close-up of how you use the blade, as in flat point compared to tipping, please?
Okay, well, we can't show you tipping, but I'll give you a quick. This is flat. This is flat, cutting when the blade's flat to the hair. That's flat, and you can use a piece of the blade or the entire blade. This is tipping. We'll probably do a little bit of that later. Tipping is the tip of the blade. Flat razor work is the flat of the blade. You can see the chaos that happens with flat, which is nice.
Nice chaos.
Nice. All chaos. Chaos can be nice.
Anna Mizrahi said, hi, Nick. I had fun watching you at the hair show in Orlando last week. Love from
Thanks, Anna.
Vision Salon in Wellington.
Oh, yeah. We love our Visions. And in fact, for those people that are tuning in from Florida, Visions next year will be on our Academy roster. It'll be in the Arrojo Academy Education Center. And we are committed to 4 razor in or color or wave classes there in 2018. We'll be putting that on our roster. As well, we'll be doing our classes in Chicago on a regular basis, 4 classes a year in Chicago. So as of next year, you can definitely look to Arrojo to be definitively in more than just one city on a regular basis.
Great. Cindy Booth said, loving it.
Loving it, Cindy.
David Bray said, hey, Nick. What's up, buddy?
Hey, David Bray. What's up, buddy? You sound like my kids. That's what they say.
Aww.
What's up, buddy?
Liz Wilson said, loving this cut. Thanks for the morning inspiration and looking forward to seeing you soon at Intrigue.
Thank you. I'll be there soon. We will be in Atlanta. I will be in Atlanta on the 26th. There is an educational summit there and Club Intrigue. It's a business summit. I think it's called Data Driven. It's with Zizor and Modern Salon. And so if you're interested, check us out, and I'll be with my good friend Jeff South, and I'll be sharing some business inspiration. I'm coming behind the hair now, just having a look through the top. So you see I'm just looking right at my client to see what we've got as we're blending through. Then I'm going to come through the back. Once I come through the back, that's going to tighten the shape up, and I'm going to save the front till last. We'll let this hair kind of dry out just a little. You kind of push it around to see the texture. She's got all this length here, that's going to come away. But for now, let's just use our fingers just to shape it in. You can see in here, now this is what concerns me right in here. I'm a concerned individual.
Are you concerned?
I'm concerned because it grows up. Yeah, and I'm looking at the fuzziness right in here. And I think I want this to be tight. So let's do a little bit of scissor work right now to take away some of this hairline, and then we're going to sit this in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab I'll take a little one of my clips. These are my magical clips. I love these clips. I don't know any other clip that I like as much as these. And this area here, this chaos at the hairline.
Is that the word of the day?
Chaos at the hairline is where it swirls around. I'm just going to take that out.
Nick, Isabel Hinks said, looking groovy, baby.
Oh, Isabel, all the way from England.
I know. Randy Evans said, loving the softness the razor creates.
Thanks, Randy.
Megan Eccles said, Nick, how's your foot? Feeling better, I hope.
Well, they're both pretty sore. I've got bad ankles because I sprained both ankles while I was cleaning my product storage area, and the boss always gets on the top shelf. So I'm on the top shelf, and I'm not talking about the booze. I'm talking about the
Nick,
top
you're,
shelf.
You're a top shelf kind of boss.
Yeah, that's right. But I'm coming back slowly but surely, and you call me Shirley anytime you want.
Nick, Ian's asking, on short or long hair, is tension important when using a razor compared to scissor work?
On short and long hair, tension is important for razor. With no tension, you can't razor. The hair has to be pulled tight, super taut. The reason why the hair has to be pulled super taut is because you need to hold the hair so that you can actually put pressure with the razor on the hair to cut it. So yes, the answer to the question is always tight tension. I'm working here with my Arrojo BMAX shears. Beautiful little, come in left-handed and right-handed. This is a beautiful shear. If you're looking, it's a 5-incher. And we also have 5.5 inches scissors by Mizutani. We have amazing BMAX softening shears. And if you're interested, Arrojo Pro, remember that code. The code is Phoenix.
Andrew Fahey says, hello, Shirley.
Hello, Shirley. Hello, Andrew Fahey.
I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah, that sounded good.
Arrojo Cosmetology gave a shout out for a razor craft seminar coming up July 16th to 20th.
Yeah, it's a great class. It's a 5-day class. And our 5-day class is about it's really a certification on razor cutting. Okay, so you'll see what I did was I got rid of some of that chaos. Now I'm going to get my razor, so just forgive me. Did you put fresh blades in both?
Of course I did.
You wasting my blades?
No.
So now I'll use my dingleberry.
Oh, God.
And I'll go with the same razor, only in red, just because I'm in a red kind of mood. My classic red color.
Where's your red pants?
Yeah. That was last week's code, wasn't it? Pants.
Pants.
So we're going to get behind the ear now. So put your hand right in. Keep your fingers in there. And let's just taper that down. Behind the ear. And right now we do not want to go too long and soft and wispy. What we want to do is we want to take a wisp. So now we're going to take it in nice and tight. And this is just all control. Getting in nice and short with your razor. The reason I want to tighten it up is because otherwise I think it's going to look a little too shaggy on the outline. And I know this type of hair, if you don't control it and push it, then guess what? It's going to take over. I don't want it to take over. I want it to last, I want it to look good. I'm going to use some hair products in the hair to give the hair the nice finish. But right through the back here, nice and tight. Corinne, you was up in Nyack over the weekend with our good friends at the Anthony Salon.
I was.
You did a chinny chin chin. You did a haircut, did you?
Did you like those pictures?
I like those pictures of all those chins. And what did Derek do at Nyack there? He did a hair jam.
Yeah.
Well, and what the heck is a hair jam? Do you spread it on toast? What is a hair jam?
We put it in the hair. So it was a lot of his team and also guest artists from other salons, and we're all kind of cutting hair together, and people could come in and watch and ask questions.
Was there a lot of people there?
That was a good turnout.
Good turnout. Oh, and I'm checking because I think he invited me to do the next one in September, so I'm definitely going to be present. So Derek, I don't know if he's tuned in yet. I know he may tune in at some point this morning, but we'll be checking the calendar and then come and join us in Nyack for the next hair jam. I want to be there to support my dear friend, Mr. D-Spot, the Vin Diesel of hairdressing.
Nick, you've got some questions coming in.
Great.
Josie Scott said, You always seem to get along so well and are in a playful mood. What are some tips to keep your fellow stylists happy in the salon? Off topic, I know, but you're always laughing and having a great time.
Well, I'm always having a great time when I'm on camera. It's very hard to stay motivated. It's the toughest thing to do, is to stay motivated. And the best way to stay motivated is to stay busy. So when you're not busy, that leaves you time for the brain to kick in all the negative thoughts. So my advice is, when you're starting to feel like the world is not your friend, or you're not getting the success, or you're not feeling it, you've got to get out there and try and do something to inspire you and busy you up. The best way to do that is to teach somebody something, or to teach yourself something. So for me, when I tried to stay motivated when I was starting to build Arrojo, and even to this day, anything that I can do when I'm cutting hair or doing a haircut that's different helps me change my headspace. Changing your headspace is the perfect thing. And talk to your co-workers, stay connected to what we're doing. Get involved social media style, get involved by turning up to events, sharing. You got to push yourself forward to be the leading light. And you are in control of your own destiny, and the world is about as fair to everybody. So you've got to really work hard to make things happen. I hope that helps. And I just recognize that, you know, every day, try and stay busy. And you know how busy you are tomorrow, so if you're not looking busy tomorrow, do something today to make that happen tomorrow.
Nice.
Any more questions?
Yep. Joseph Boro is asking, how does a razor affect curly hair?
Well, you know, you use the razor differently on curly hair, and curly hair doesn't come in one shape or size. If you go on my Instagram account, Nick Arrojo, then you will see lots and lots of curly hair textures that I cut with a razor. You can also check out our online subscription, which is $30, where we have a lot of curly hair razor cuts, but the technique varies because the hair texture varies. So this technique that I'm doing now, I would not really use so much on a curly hair texture unless I wanted to make the hair curl a little bit more. So you'd have to study, but I don't like to lump all curly hair into the same place. In other words, curly hair comes in varying shapes and sizes.
Nice.
You doing okay?
Yeah.
Great. Client clean, a little shaken back. She's loving it.
And of course, it wouldn't be Brooklyn Live if Ian wasn't asking about your melons.
Well, Ian, my melons are really good today because the sun is shining, and so are the melons. They're nice and twisted. We'll probably get X-rated now. We'll get banned from Facebook. So you'll see I'm taking the hair in tighter through the back so as not to allow the hair to get too uncontrollable around the exterior. The product Hydro Mist is going to help in giving this hair just a little bit more control as I cut it, and I'm always looking to see how that hair's sitting. And while the hair dries out on the top, that's a good thing for me because I'm starting to see how her hair texture has reacted to the razor. Because you can see from the last razor cut, if it was cut with a razor, you can see that there's nowhere near as much razoring in the hair as I'm putting in right now. I'm really pushing the blade. That's what we like to say, pushing the blade right through the hair to create that super softness. And there's that softness. You can see the softness that we've got.
Nick, we've got a question from Dara Smith. She's asking, are there men's cuts on the Arrojo subscription?
Yeah, there are men's cuts on the Arrojo subscription, and Arrojo is really getting into its man zone. We actually have a men's class coming up at the Arrojo Academy with one of our very talented fashion stylists he's an expert male groomer. His name's Paul Merritt. That's going to be coming up, I believe, on is it the 26th, 27th?
25th, 26th.
25th, 26th, and there's still a few spaces left. On a Arrojo subscription, we have a lot of men's hair cutting with a razor. In fact, we did make a razor DVD a few years ago, but all of those cuts are available on our online subscription. It's $30 a month. Go to Arrojo NYC and subscribe.
I know Dara specifically asked on Instagram, can you please show a long men's cut on Facebook Live?
Dara, find me a nice looking guy with long hair. But we do have the long men's layer, and we'll do more long hair for sure. Just stay tuned. We always try to do different things, and that's what we're really pushing through.
Arrojo Cosmetology said we are excited for orientation for class 52 starting on Monday, the first one at our reopened Soho facility.
So we reopened our Soho school, so Arrojo now has 2 schools. Our first class in the newly reopened school will be starting on the 19th of June. I will be spending quite a bit of time in that class also. As we call this the location in Soho our mothership, and it's where I'm based out of. Coming September, we'll be launching our barbering programs. We are starting our barbering tuition. It's a 600-hour barbering program. We're really excited about that. And hot off the press, 2018, my intention is to launch the first Arrojo barbershop.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go deep into the men's zone.
Going deep?
Deep, baby. It's the only way.
Brianna O'Rourke said, I will be attending the men's cutting class as well as Happy Mondays. I'm very excited for that weekend.
It's going to be great, Brianna, and we love your commitment to education, so thank you.
I know she was just here with us this past weekend.
She's in it to win it. So notice I'm working across the center back of the head. So following the sections down, taking it in nice and quite taut around the hairline. You can have a look and see. You can see the color. Again, you can kind of create that shading effect. So we're taking it nice and tight. Now it's time for me to come through this side, because we've actually transitioned. This is the top of the spine. So we transitioned over the center. We hit this spot. Now it's time for me to come from the opposite side. And then I'll go into my refinement, where I start to, kind of refine the shape and add the finishing touches. And here's Mrs. Claire Malarkey in her mini skirt. Wow. So Claire's our team lead, and she's your usual hairdresser, yeah?
Yeah.
She lives in Soho. She lives actually like right in Manhattan, and she comes all the way out to Williamsburg to see Claire's legs.
Yeah, here they are.
Two of them.
They are. There's 2.
Great job. So you can fix it next time, Claire. Thanks.
You got it.
So now we're going to continue on this side. Again, working behind the ear. You don't want the ear to flap out. So when you're cutting in here, keep your fingers firmly on the ear. And I'm using the flat of the blade. I can do all my detail work later. So just taking that in. So you'll see I press the ear down, pull that away. Keep your section pretty fine as you come into the nape. If you need to use a little bit more hydro mist, check it out. Remember, we've had a lot of interest in Arrojo product. We are a truly independent hairdressing brand. We sell our culture through our product, through our education. If you're interested in becoming what we like to coin the phrase, an ambassador salon, you can reach out to us directly. We have a lot of follow-up calls to make from Millennium. We have a lot of follow-up calls to make from the Premiere Orlando show. And hopefully we're going to connect more and more people to our Arrojo Ambassador program as we're really gearing up for success in 2017 and beyond. We don't forget, we also have Arrojo product. We have our American Wave service. which is our texture service. And we also have our brand new amazing product line, American Wave. If you need information, check everything out online. ArrojoNYC.com.
Nice. Nick Casey Johnson says, you inspire me.
Thanks, Casey.
Andrew Fay, he said, sculpting top craft and wise words. Best regards from Spain.
I like Spain. My dad was from Spain, hence the name. Arroyo. What I like to say, Arrojo.
And Ian had a nice little quote in response to your positive speech before. He said, as we say, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is the present, so unwrap it and discover the
so
fun.
Romantic. Yeah, you're twisting my melon.
Nick, what's going on this weekend?
This weekend, I am going to Denver. So, in fact, tonight...
The Mile High
yes.
City.
Corinne. Behave, young lady.
I'm talking about Denver.
Talking about Denver. Well, let's just talk about the next 48 hours. Tonight, we're going to go out to New Jersey. Is it Livingston? Am I right? Livingston? I'm going to the Plaza Salon, celebrating their 20th year in business.
Oh, wow.
With my dear friend, Jessica, and all of the Plaza crew there. So we're excited about that. If you're in the neighborhood, and we featured the salon on our website, so you can find out where they are. If you want to come and say hello, that's where I'll be. Tonight, I'll be there around 6 o'clock. Then on Saturday morning, I fly to Denver, Colorado, which triggered the Mile High Club off.
I said city, not club.
Sorry, I'm just checking.
I'm glad I know what's on your mind.
It's on your mind. So Denver, Colorado, and we'll be there for Cosmoprof, working and representing our color company, Goldwell. So we're excited about that. Definitely come and check us out. We have the A-team going in.
I was going to say, who's going with you?
We have got Mr. Zach.
Nice.
And Mrs. Ashley. Miss Ashley.
Can't wait.
Who just celebrated 10 years at Arrojo. So congratulations to Ashley. Ashley and Zach, two master colorists. I rarely travel with two master colorists.
We're going to have some great color.
But this weekend, we're going into the color zone.
It's going to be awesome.
At the Mile High Club. I mean, the Mile High City. Right?
Nick, Casey Johnson's asking, when are you coming to South Dakota? That's a great question.
Soon.
That's a great answer.
I gotta get myself to the Dakotas. We'll be going to Las Vegas for Cosmoprof. I will be there. We're going to be meeting with people from all over the world. We're excited for that. We'll be there checking out Cosmoprof. We'll have our trade booth there. If anyone's interested in coming to talk to us, we'd love to see you. So that should be that's a new milestone for Arrojo. We're excited for that.
Nick, Ian's asking, when are you coming to Manchester?
Well, my boys want to come, Ian, so you better start saving for those Manchester United tickets. Yeah, because, of course, the red razor has always been for Man United. Everything's red. So we'll look forward to seeing you in England. But I'll let you know. Yeah, my kids are excited. They need to go to the Theatre of Dreams. For those people that don't know what that is and think it might be a theatre.
Is it like the Field of Dreams?
Traffic. It's Old Trafford. It's Old Trafford. It's the football stadium of my beloved Manchester United team.
Nick, Stephen Martin's asking, what's the Cosmoprof date?
Cosmoprof Day is the 9th of, it starts around the 9th of July in Las Vegas. And Cosmoprof this weekend in Denver, the best of the best, is on Monday, where we'll be doing a 1.5 hour presentation, sharing cut color, all of our makeover specialities.
Nice. Pauline Wozni said New Jersey needs an Arrojo cosmetology school.
You know, Pauline, that's very true. I think you're completely right. And I think that once we get these schools in Manhattan working a little bit stronger, then that may be the next phase in this ever-growing business that I've managed to create. So just coming in now, following the hair, following the way that the hair grows. You've got to keep your eye always affixed on the hair. Don't cut blind. Sometimes the hair will tell you little things, like where to approach it from.
Is it talking to you?
It is definitively always talking to me. You know that, Corinne. And you notice how I rub my fingers through the hair to see how that hair feels, and always looking with my eyes to see the finish in the hair. We're getting close to kind of the rough completion of the shape, and soon it's going to be time for me to start focusing in on the detail. Oh, you can see there's a panel right here through the top that I didn't quite finish. I spent a lot of time focusing in. There's a small section here. Let's take this small section in first, which is a continuation. We worked from this side to here, now we're working from the outside in.
Nick, Dara Smith said, come to Pittsburgh. The best of the best date is in November.
Oh, you know what, Dara? Somebody asked me and go for Goldwell at the best of the best date in November. You should go to Cosmoprof and find out, or talk to Goldwell. Because maybe I am doing it, because I know Goldwell put some a request in for 2 days in November.
Ooh.
And I don't know what it's for, but you may be onto something here.
And Stephen Martin said, off to 10, your Spokane, Washington Ambassador Salon. Cheers.
Ah, nice to see you, man. What did he say? Off to 10?
10, the name of the salon,
That's
I believe.
a great salon. And did you not put some more chairs in? Did somebody tell me that you expanded a little bit? Am I wrong? Corinne, let me know if he responds.
Okay.
Yeah? Maybe it was the crack digging in. I think somebody told me. A little bird. There's a little tipping right there. Yeah, just the tip.
Oh, he said he has 2 more coming.
Aha! My little bird was right. Congratulations, buddy. Flat of the blade, flat of the blade, flat of the blade. Just pulling that hair away. Now we're going to come up and across. Something that you won't see me do too often. Lift the hair up. Come from behind. I have to change my, it becomes more this now. When you go over the head, it's more this, whereas what I like to do is more this. So over the head's a little bit, and when you're coming from underneath, the problem is if you're not too careful, you could easily follow through. Yeah? I don't like the follow through. But again, you can just be gentle. And as this hair dries out a little, you've got like the texture, but you've also got that hydro mist. So let's just have a look and see, yeah? Like we could keep some of this softness and cut the underneath. So what I want to do, if you pull the hair away like this, then you kind of see that you can get a little bit of a different, I want to create some more space. She has a very low hairline. She has a lot of hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to come underneath and cut the underneath shorter and leave the top longer. So the first point of call is we're going to just, again, juice it, baby. I got stuck in Buffalo. They cancelled the plane. Lovely Delta Airlines. Let me sit there for 3 hours and then they canned the plane without telling me.
Oh.
I got stuck in Buffalo. I went back in to stay at the Mansion Hotel. And then I got up early yesterday morning. It was a long day.
Did you go swimming
And where?
at the hotel?
There was no pool at the hotel.
No.
And I had no swimming costume. Oh, I'm sorry. What do you call it in America? Swimwear. I had no swimwear.
Bathing suit,
I did not have my
swimsuit.
swimming costume. Did you bring your swimwear? No swimwear.
Do you put a mask on when you go swimming?
Do I put a mask on? Yes. Me and Hannibal Lecter. He took mine. Quid pro quo.
Nick, Stephen Martin said Douglas expanded at House of Pop.
How's Douglas doing?
Hopefully he's doing better.
Well, yeah.
And
He told me he was expanding too, so like congratulations. He's a nice guy and he's very talented, creative.
And sorry, Ian's making me laugh.
Well, Ian, stop making me laugh.
Heather Cole-Clasher said, "Oh my goodness, I had the honor of being a model for Nick at America's Beauty Show. The best cut I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much."
My pleasure.
I'm laughing because Ian said he just pictured you in your baby suit.
In my bathing suit.
He said your baby suit.
Oh, in my baby suit.
And
it's a little red hammock.
Red Speedo.
A little red speedo. No, it's more. It's got a string up the back.
Okay.
It disappears.
Even better.
Disappears. A little red hamster pouch.
Wow.
Wow.
Josie Scott's cracking up at your sausage party references. Oh my goodness.
The Arrojo Billy Bird.
So what did you call it again? Your swimming costume?
That's what you call it in England, swimming costume. You don't know, you don't speak the Queen's English. We like to refer to it as a swimming costume. Little baby.
Does it cover your whole body?
How's your costume? It's lovely. Got buttons up the middle. And all my boobs are covered.
Does it cover your ankles?
It covers my kangaroos. Nice thing about razor cutting too is it gets a little bit more, you can get your fingers in. Yeah, so what I mean by that is when we're creating this soft texture, you can just use, look, this is the full plane of the blade, and then what you can do is you can grab pieces. Part of the stuff that, some of the things that we teach on our razor craft class, which is coming up in July, 5-day razoring. Yeah, it's just more touchy and feely. Really breaks that in. So now what we'll do is we'll comb all this forward because we cut the underneath short and kept a little bit of length through the top. And now let's have another look and see if we can do some more magic as we get towards the finish of the cut.
Nick, can you explain budgie snugglers?
No.
Ian said to cover those.
I left those behind when I moved to America here, and I really wish weirdos. Go make some baked beans. Some baked beans on toast, will you?
And I believe that's Loretta said the Brits at Arrojo understood you perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
With you. Killing me this morning.
I'm just looking in here. It looks like there's a little too much. So now let's just do a little. Because the shape's done. The shape's finished. Now we're into detail work. So now I'm just going to kind of be a little bit more free form. Let's get back to, talking about what's going on. I'll be in Plaza tonight. I'll be at Plaza Salon tonight celebrating their 20th year in business. Can't wait to see my ambassador crew. Then this weekend we're flying off to Denver, Colorado. We're going to be taking two of our master colorists, both Zach and Ashley, the A-team. Come and see what we've got to share with you. Working for Goldwell on the Cosmoprof Best of the Best. This weekend we have an American Wave certification class. If you want to get certified in American Wave, it's still, the season for waving. It's about to begin. Think about giving your clients an American Wave for the summer. Could be a great, new introduction to all of your clients. So we have certifications here in our New York City Academy in Soho. Contact Loretta at Arrojo NYC for our certification classes. Next weekend we have our men's classic cutting class with Mr. Paul Merritt. 2 days with Paul. Paul's one of our seasoned educators, as well as being one of the most sought after editorial hairdressers. And he's really a great men's groomer, so definitely think about that. And then we have our Happy Mondays next week, the 26th, I believe. Happy Mondays in our New York Tribeca Theater. Check it out. And then also I will be in Atlanta next week on the 26th, teaching a business program with my good friend at Club Intrigue, Jeff South. And then last but by no means least, think about Arrojo Expo, a show coming up. We're already more than a third sold out. We have 175 tickets left. Check out Arrojo Expo. There's an early bird pricing still available. The early bird pricing is $7.99. 2.5 days of fun, education, inspiration, celebration, and a little bit of alcohol. And then our code, if you're looking for a comb, scissors, razors, tools, clips, brushes, capes, arrojopro.com, our code in celebration of my great trip to Phoenix in Buffalo, Phoenix Salon, our ambassador. The code is Phoenix. PHOENIX.
Nikki Nero says, thank you so much for your time and education. Very much enjoyed and appreciated.
My pleasure. Just tell your friends, the more we get to watch, the more we share our culture. That's the objective. So you see, we tightened it up just a little bit around the edges. I'm really making this a little bit edgier, I think, and piecey. We managed to cut a lot of hair off. Yeah, it's amazing how much. It's the summer. If there's ever a time to be aggressive with your clients, summertime's a great time to do that. You know, the hair grows a little faster typically in the summer. When it comes to product styling, I'll be thinking about what we're using. It's about that time to think about it. What do you put in your hair now?
We use the pomade.
The blue. Oh, use the defining cream.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the product that she uses, and this is a great product for her to use. So I'm going to keep that right there because that's exactly what I was thinking. This is our pomade. You've used this, a bit softer and shinier. This is a shaft. This is a shaft. This is a soft, shiny pomade. Soft hold, high shine. This is defining cream. So they both come in what we like to refer to as hockey pucks.
It's a professional term.
Sorry?
It's a professional term.
It is.
Nick, Jared Joyner's asking, what are you looking for when you're detailing?
You know, I'm looking really to see whether there's too much bulking of the hair in any place. So come here, let's just look at my eye. I'll see if you can see this. Come here. Yeah, okay, so we're looking at the hair right now. You gotta push that hair around. You can see how the hair wants to jump here. You can see what you got here. You're just looking for any thickness and if there's any more areas that you need to, you know, kind of work on and break through. That's why it's always important to move your hand around because this hand here, you know, is gonna help you kind of see, and you can also feel for density too. The color helps when you're assessing. Let's come through. Sorry, I kicked the handle. Corinne just whacked my ankle. Thanks, Corinne.
You're welcome. David Bray said, loving the shortcut.
Thanks, David Bray. I hope you're doing good there in Wilson. I've been to Wilson a couple of times.
Wilson.
You tell me, man, you know, Wilson's a great place. So you check out Wilson. It's a great place, great people, great fun. And it's in North Carolina.
And Ian said, Nick, loving the shape, maybe some cool pastel colors. What do you think?
I think cool pastels would be great in. I agree. I think cool pastels would be good. Reminds me of the twist cut. Remember the twist cut by Pam Roscoe? Ian knows who I'm talking about. So soon you've got to learn as well when to stop. You know what I'm going to do before I do stop? I'm going to pick up the scissor, otherwise known as the scissor. I'll pick up the scissor as my little security blanket to go in, check behind the ears for like this kind of stuff. A little bit of security blanket stuff, a little bit of refining, and then it's time for us to finish. I need to polish up just in here too. I need to just clean up the hairline. Just tighten the skin when you're doing this.
And Josie Scott's asking, does she have a color planned after this cut?
No, she has a color plan tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, after the cut, but not today. And do you have any special requests? You gonna keep it blonde?
Yeah.
She's a blonde bombshell. Yeah? She's a blonde bombshell.
I think Cindy Booth might be asking, would you cut hair with that technique? Were you referring to twist cutting before?
Oh, twist cutting, yeah. Now let's just show you. Twist cutting is where you take a piece, twist, and work. Take a piece, twist, and work. What you do when you twist the hair, what happens is the hair on the inside doesn't get cut. So when you move your scissor up through it, it kind of creates a similar texture to razoring, and the hair on the inside stays long, but all the hair around it is like a helter-skelter. So that's what twist cutting is. And it's something that was kind of created by a lady originally called Pam Roscoe, who was one of my artistic directors in London, in Manchester, England. She moved to London to be one of the artistic directors at the Vidal Sassoon Academy in London. And then when the time came for me to be featured in part of the Vidal Sassoon video collections in the early 80s, probably the mid 80s, then I actually got the chance to do the twist cut. So a little bit of hairdressing history there.
Michelle Robertson said, awesome, this man is the best. And Jonathan Sifredo said, love it, amazing as always.
Sifredo is going to be coming to see us in July.
Ooh.
And he's going to be teaching our team barbering.
Nice.
We're going to be building part of our barbering culture. All right, let's get behind the ear here. So coming forward, just get your scissor in. Oh, sorry, just get your comb in. Comb it forward there. A little chipping. I'm going to go in there with my finger behind the ear. Nice and flat. Chip, 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 chip. Don't want to do any real straight cutting right now. It's very condensed around the back of the ear, the hair, so let's clean it out. What else we got, Corinne? Anything else?
Events
today.
coming up. Yeah. Michael Law says, hi Nick, you're the best. And
thank you.
Josie Scott's enjoying your voices and personalities.
Oh yes, we better believe it.
I think we got all of the events though. Yeah.
We got it all. Just a final little refining with the scissor. Coming through, just pointing into the hair. Not taking any of the texture off, but I like to think of this. A lot of people, when they start razor cutting for the first time, they don't really know. They're scared, so they don't have the technique down as much. So I always encourage people to use the scissor just at the very end, just to refine. Because if you use the scissor at the end, it's like a great refining tool. And it's like a security blanket. Yeah, it's kind of like saying to yourself, well, I did all the cut with a razor, it looks great, but you know, what if there's one loose piece that I missed? A scissor can just help you, and I like to call this sealing the cuticle.
Nick, Pauline Wozni asked, do we have any contests coming up?
We do have a contest coming up, Pauline. There's a contest that's about to be launched. I'm still waiting on the final details. I have them in my bag, and I've been traveling a lot. I work 7 days a week, so it's tough. But it's called the Expo One Shot. Hot Shot, sorry. And you can enter it. It's going to be on our Arrojo social app. And it's a photo competition. The winners will be announced at our Expo show in October. And there's 2 ways to win. It's going to be the best makeover using Arrojo product, so a cut or a style, and then it's going to be the best American wave, the service. So what's going to happen, I'll give you the outline. What is going to happen is we are going to have people submit their photographs on arrojosocial.com, where you can download that app at the App Store, arrojosocial.com. And then probably in late September, we're going to isolate it down to the final 10 in each category, something like that, and then we'll have all of those pictures. We will display at our Arrojo Expo show, which has some great guests this year. Charlie Price, we'll hopefully see Charlie this weekend in Denver. Charlie Price, we have Vivian McKinder, we have Ginger Boyle, and Karen Gordon, Gino Stampora, Chicken Parmigiana. That's just to see if you watch it.
Oh, I'm watching. Nick, we got some good questions.
Good.
Kim McNally's asking, did you use a product as a cutting lotion?
Yeah, Hydro Mist. It's right there, Corinne. Corinne's gonna bring it in. She's so professional.
I try.
Yeah. Hydro Mist is a great product. You see, it just gives the hair just a little bit of something. So it's not just water.
And Jeremy Hickson is asking, where can we find out about classes?
Classes on arrojonyc.com. When you get there, go to our academy page. You'll see a bar across the top, or you'll see it say academy across the top. Where it says academy, that's all of our classes. Also sign up for Arrojo Social, where we constantly are promoting. And sign up for email blasts, and we'll send you an email blast every week. We got a very strong social media team and a great online team as we try to communicate. My Instagram's fairly good, but we have so much going on I can't stick it all on there.
But it's growing the fastest.
I've got 7 followers now.
Yeah, and Michelle Robertson is asking, are there continuing education classes for senior stylists who have been following you since before they were born?
Yes, always. We got so many classes. And continuing ed, no problem. Depend on different states and cities. I have a great class called Boot Camp. Amazing class if you want to refresh. It's a 4-week intensive. That's coming up, I believe, in August, September.
August.
Boot Camp, amazing class. What do you think? Do you like it?
So cute.
The dimension of the color.
Yeah, it changes it, doesn't it? Yeah. Changes it. So it's nice sometimes to cut it when it's, been colored. When it's not being colored, you can see it opens up a few more options too, potentially for the color. You can see the contrast. Yeah, so that's what's
Jeremy Hickson said, I'm in Texas. Any classes out here anytime soon?
Yeah, I'm going to be in San Antonio. And then a good friend of mine who just signed up for a Arrojo product, she requested that I come out in August. So I'm definitely coming to San Antonio, I believe in September, if not August. But I'm looking maybe forward to getting to Austin in August.
It's a good food city.
How do you know?
Because you sent me there once.
Oh. And what did you have?
Oh my goodness. I had mac and cheese. I had barbecue. But it was like Texas mac and cheese. Like, it was so thick. Oh, it was so good. Yeah, a lot of Tex-Mex, breakfast tacos. Oh.
She's trying to get to go again. Is that what she's trying to do here right now? She's
So good.
for another trip. That's how she does it. She makes a fake Instagram account, and then she writes to our Instagram account and says,
Please.
"Please take me to somewhere."
Oh God, don't fall.
Ankles are not good today. Sore today. Shoes.
Ian's asking, what time does Happy Mondays go out for us Brits? It's too
Sorry?
bad you don't do Happy Mondays live.
No, we will do Happy Mondays live here. Yeah? Then we can really twist your melons, man. Happy Mondays, for those people that don't know, Happy Mondays is our educational program. We do complimentary across the country, and in New York we do it every month. We try to do it the first Monday of every month, but depending on what else is going on, we sometimes change that around. Complimentary for all ambassadors. It's our constant complimentary education with a brand that gives a lot. Yeah. So just clean all the hair off. No product, just the hydro mist. And now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the defining cream test.
Is
You
it
ready?
clean?
Is it clean? And I will tell you, let's do it together.
1, 2, 3. Clean.
Will I be good about that, Corinne?
You'll be happy. Well, from what it's showing on the camera, yeah.
That's good. That's
All
good.
right.
I hate it. Hate it. Hairdressers beware. Whenever you're doing product, do it right in front of your client. We're going to take a little piece, like so. A little dab will do you. Before you even go to put it in the hair, take it and place it. Now this product needs to be kept nice and tight, like a tiger, because it's got a special, there's a special ingredient in this product. It's a special oil, and it just keeps the moisture and the sponginess in the product. And we're going to place it into the palm of our hand, and I'm gonna stroke it in. Yeah. So you do like this, you create like a nice little soft putty, and then what we're going to do is we're going to emulsify. When you do this, by the way, as well, if you do it right here for your client to see, not only will she experience what to do with her hair, how to apply it, she'll also experience the fragrance in the product. And that's a key component. You got a nice film on your hands, and now what we're going to do is we're going to start to define. Work it right the way through the hair.
Michelle Robertson said, "Fabulous haircut. Thanks for sharing."
Thank you, Michelle.
Ian says thanks.
Thank you, Ian.
Arade Lopez says hi, Nick.
Hey. Hey.
It's cute.
So just rub that in all the way, right the way through. You got to get it into the hair. So make sure you have some time at the end of your cut. Track your timing at the end of your cut so that you know how much time you've got to do the most important piece, which is show your client how to do it. Now I'm just going to pick up the dryer. That heats up the product, gets the product into the hair more. This is not a stiff product, it's a malleable product. So by rubbing it in, you can see what you can create. You want to create you don't want it to look too neat and even. Yeah, if it looks too neat and even, it's not going to look good. It can also give you a chance, you can always put the cape back on. It gives you a chance to take another little look. But I like to take the cape off because I get to see the full picture. When the cape's on, I don't get to see the full client. I just see a floating head. Now again, I'm just gonna create that like fur-like texture, which I think is a bit nice than it being too kind of all pokey together. I want it to look a bit distressed, so it doesn't all go the same way. And you don't want to pull it into little pieces because that will it won't look good. Doesn't read well on a photograph, doesn't read well in real life. It's kind of have that little bit of chaos. Like my son's little teddy bear, and he's been sucking on it for 7 years. Yeah. Teddy bear fur.
Oh, nice.
So you see, you can just pinch that stuff together, but don't pinch it like this. Kind of flatten it out. Push it around. Create a slight difference. And it's the product. Without the product, you can't. No point being a hairdresser. It's one of the things that I always find weird. Yeah. We should, as hairdressers, be way better at getting our clients to buy into our culture and our styling. Yeah, and that is the future. Because as more and more people are going online to retail, what we have as stylists is we have the chance to have some time with our client, our consumer, and educate them. All right, so there she is, her razor. I call that a razor crop. It's a little shorter through the front. Just to recap, we started through the widest part of the head. We pirouetted round. We worked across the top from back to front. We replicated on this side, back to front. Then we had the whole back to cut. The first thing we did was we took the hairline in tight because it kind of grows upwards. We did that with a scissor. Then we worked from the outside in. We worked from the outside in. Then we finished and personalized it with a razor, a little bit of refining with a scissor, and then I finished it using the Arrojo defining cream. And if you're interested in an Arrojo product, get connected to a brand that's really committed to professional hairdressing. That's me, and that's my business, and that's what I stand for. It's been a lot of fun. Please say goodbye to this lady.
You have a few,
Corinne.
some last comments.
Last comments, Corinne. Let me know, baby.
Josie Scott said, "Thank you for sharing. Always very educational and entertaining." And Kim McNally said, "Bought my Izanami flat iron through you 5 years ago. Still use it every day."
Boom. Check out Arrojo Pro. We have a 15% discount code. Phoenix.
Donna Lee Dawson said, "Hi from Florida. Thanks for letting us watch your artistry." And of course, Ian with the closing. Fab. Love it.
Great. Well, that's it for us from Brooklyn Live. Just let me see. We mentioned everything. Remember, we have American Wave certification coming up this weekend. Men's classic cutting next weekend here in New York. We have Happy Mondays. I'll be out in New Jersey tonight with Plaza Salon. And then I'll be in Denver this weekend at the Mile High City with Zach and Ashley, and we'll be sharing our Goldwell color techniques and our unique perspective on styling. Remember, every Thursday, Brooklyn Live, live from Williamsburg, Brooklyn, New York. Me, Corinne, and always our wonderful cast. And a big thanks to Tiffany.
Thank you.
The tipster. You're launching your hair, your styling. You have a brand.
Collections.
What's it called?
Shop Betches. ShopBetches.com.
Is it BICT?
BETCHES.
Oh, Betches. Get your betch on. Get your betch on. It's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from her. Catch you later, guys.